What's up, guys? I'm here with Mr. Brett in his 71 Chevy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
71 Chevy.
We were hanging out at SEMA. He came up and said hi. And he was like, yeah, man, if you just want to come hang out and see my truck, I mean, sure you won't, but, and then I said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here I am. And this thing has been one hell of a project, you've told me.
Yes, yeah, 2 years.
So tell me how you got started with it.
I got the truck when I was 10 years old. I was in Arizona visiting my grandparents for like a month or something, and my dad called me because we were going to pick up a car. He calls me when we get there, and he's like, "Oh, what do you think of this truck?" And I was like, "Oh, it's such a rust bucket. I don't like it." Whatever.
Yeah.
He goes, "It's yours." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And it had so much just surface rust on it, and it was all beat up and stuff. And we eventually got it home, and it sat until I was 15. It just sat at my uncle's house.
Oh wow.
I would work on it here and there. I wasn't like super big into rebuilding it at the time.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like,
yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, the teenage years, I was just like focused on other things.
I'm too cool for it.
Yeah, yes. And then when I got my license, I actually bought a 95 Nissan Pathfinder, and when I started driving, I was like, I gotta finish this truck. Like, I have to do it. I'm so excited to do it now. What
I find really interesting is we are currently in Las Vegas, basically, but we're in Henderson.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess if you live in Las Vegas, this is where you live,
pretty
right?
much. The Strip is Las Vegas.
And this is so different.
Yeah.
It's calm, it's quiet, there's not a casino every 2 feet.
Right.
Now I get why people live here.
Yeah, it's like two separate towns almost.
It really is, and because I remember in college I met somebody who was like, hey, where are you from? They're like, Las Vegas. I'm like, Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
2 years ago I reviewed a Knight Rider Trans Am, basically.
Oh, nice.
Firebird. And I invited him to my hotel area to review the car, and it was the worst mistake. And I found out he was from this area.
Gotcha.
And it would have been much better to drive the car. I see you have a little booklet for your car. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is the whole build of the truck here. So this is how it started out as a long bed fleet side.
Oh wow.
Here's body work, little primer.
So much intricate work. And it took 2 years, you said?
Yep, about 2 years. So this is what it looked like in the engine bay. It was disgusting. So took the cab off, took the motor out. New frame.
Wow.
Stuff going back on the new frame. And then this is when we were just getting it all together. Getting ready for paint. Here's how I did the fender. So I cut a piece out, welded it on, bondoed it in, and then just filled it.
I would have no idea.
Yeah, and then we redid all the suspension. It took us 3 times to paint the cab, actually, because they sent us a bad batch. So we painted it once, sanded it all back down, painted it again, sanded it all back down, and finally got it right. It's
so cool because you also did some crazy body work on one side, right?
Yeah, so I bought a new bed, and it was a step side bed, but it had the cutout for the spare tire. So what I did was I bought a fender from the other side, and I cut a chunk of it out, and I flipped it to the other side, and I welded it into the cutout, and then just bondoed over it and filled it in.
Well, what I love is I knew you were gonna be a car guy when you said you had a 71 Chevy.
Yeah.
But then I got to your house, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so cool because you have 2 other cars in the garage, right?
Yeah, yep. I have a 1974 Pontiac Ventura, which is my sister's car, so she's building that now. That's going to be her first car.
Wow.
And then my dad has a 66 Nova that he's building for Pro Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
you have 2 motors on a stand in there.
Yeah.
And everything else. I'm over here going, man, all I could do was learn about car history.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything in our garage.
Yeah, I got really lucky and was able to, I grew up on the car scene, though, in strollers going to car shows.
Wow. I mean, that's really great. It makes it part of who you are.
Yeah.
Rather than feeling like you're being forced into it.
Yeah, I know. It pretty much defines me as a person. So
I just have to say, guys, the pedal feel is really intense.
Oh yeah.
On the acceleration pedal, you have to be a man. You have to really put it down.
Yeah.
And then the brakes are they're brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're 1971 technology. Discs in the front, drums in the rear, so.
Well, we have your friend behind us in his Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
And he has a crazy sound system in there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He's got a 12-inch subwoofer in a Mini Cooper.
So tell me about the motor setup.
It's just a 350 small block. It's actually the original motor that was in the truck.
No way.
Yep.
Like the motor.
The motor from 1971.
Wow. I thought you just found one and dropped it in there.
It's the original motor. We pulled it out, cleaned it all up. We had it machined, reboard. It's 30 thousandths over. So, I mean, it's just a little bit bigger than what it was stock. And it's got all new parts in it though. So new cam, new headers, new.
Wow.
It's actually the same heads. They were done by my dad's friend.
Okay, cool.
And so it's pretty much a stock motor.
I feel like trucks are like their own demographic.
Yeah.
You know, like people who love trucks, they love trucks.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And people on my channel have always been like, do more trucks.
Really?
It was like a godsend when you're like, I have this truck. Like, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just joking. I was just like, oh, he's probably gonna be like, yeah, you know, I'm busy, whatever. Blah.
No.
And then when you were like, yeah, sure, I was like, I was almost dumbfounded.
Well, you know, SEMA's one of those things where you go to the show for 2 or 3 days and you've seen it.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like, I'm in Vegas, like, let's do something different.
Yeah.
And, you know, show somebody who's really worked hard in their car. Why not?
No, I was like, I looked at my buddy, he was with me, I was like, did that really just happen? I was like, no way. You know, I thought that was so cool.
Well, also, you already knew the inside joke of a car guy meeting another car guy.
Yeah.
Is that you put their car